Hey guys, what's up? It's JR Cuber, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough solve of the X2. So if you guys watched my last video where I did a walkthrough solve of the X cube, then you should have all of the basics that you need in solving the X2. Now this video isn't particularly meant to be a tutorial. You can use it as that if you're having trouble solving this puzzle, but it's more of just an entertainment video and kind of showing how this puzzle is solved, at least the way I solve it. So I'll just be explaining what I'm doing basically. It's all going to be based on what I talked about in this walkthrough video, so I'm going to be moving along very quickly in this video. So with that said, let's go ahead and scramble it up. Of course, we're going to be starting with just these types of moves here, so no shape shifting to begin with. So let's just go ahead and scramble it like this. So after it's been all scrambled like this, now we can start the shape shifting. And just like the X cube, this will become a 3x3 because this is also based on a 3x3 mechanism. It's just that the pieces are going to stick out farther, which kind of makes it a pain to deal with because it's kind of hard to hold it, but it's not that big of a deal. And it's just basically is going to look like a jumbled mess, and it already does. So here we go. I'm going to call that scrambled. So the start of this solve is going to be exactly the same as the X cube. We're just going to solve it like a 3x3. So let's go ahead and start with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and place all my cross edges. Just like that. So we've got the cross. Let's go ahead and insert corners. I'm also going to do a bit of F2L and insert the edges at the same time. So we've got one pair here. You don't have to do F2L, I just like to do it because make things faster. Oops. This puzzle does have a bit of catching issues, but you know, for a puzzle of this size, it kind of makes sense. All right. Just lots of bits sticking out, so it's going to be, you know, things catching on each other. Alright, there's a third pair. So just got one more. Let's see. Where's the edge? Ah, it's already in there, so just gotta put it in like that. There we go. So we've got our F2L, we've built our face. Got all our middles in, and it looks like we didn't have one of the edges flipped around, so because all the edges are on the top are oriented properly. So I'm just gonna do some basic F2L there and get that solved. So now we're back to the proper shape. I don't know if I should call it cuboid shape or not, because it's not really a cuboid. Anyway, so we're back to cuboid shape, and now we are going to start the first X cube solve. So that's going to be this layer, this layer, this layer, and this layer. So we're not going to be able to see the top colors, so we're just going to kind of have to guess, see what fits and what works. So let's just go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and start on this blue side. We've already got two pieces paired up here, so I know this one's going to be a white and blue piece, which is right here. I think there's a couple of them, so this might not be the one. Okay, yeah, it works. All right. So got that done. Now we need a green piece there. So there's one right there. And across from that actually needs to be a blue piece. So we can insert that in now if we can find a blue piece, which is here. So we'll rotate that down to this layer and then this up to this layer and turn it around like that. And we've got this bar, which we can then pair with this row here. Now we'll make the other one. We need a, this is the right piece, actually this is the right colors, but just the wrong piece, the wrong shape. So we need to find the right one. So there's only one other one, I think. Yeah, and it's right here. So, let's see, where did that go? Where am I going with this? Let's see. Oh yeah, right here. So now we need a yellow piece here, and there's one right here. So I can actually I'm actually just going to go ahead and form a bar basically. So we can form a bar with this piece that goes with this one, and now I know we need a yellow and blue. And there's a yellow and blue right here. I don't think this is the right one though. Yeah, it's not. Okay. So it's going to be the other one, which is right here. And it's already in place. So we can just turn it up, rotate it up, pair it with that bar, and then turn it around, put it back in place like that. And we've got our first layer. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next bar. So let's just go ahead and form the middle bar first. Let's see, this is going to have to be, I guess, orange. Yeah, and this will be red. So this one's correct. This one needs to be orange though, and there's an orange piece here, so we will do that basically to form it. So now that matches up properly. There we go. So now we need white and orange to go there. It'll be the start of our white-orange bar. There's two of them here. It looks like, let's see, this one back here is the correct one, because if we turn it up like that, that's the one that matches. So we're not going to turn it into place yet, because we actually just want to form the bar, but we'll keep track of that, and we need a white piece right here. So there's one right here. So what I'll do is I'll hide the middle layer like that, and then do a U2, and then bring it back, and that will give us this white piece. Now if we remember, I believe it was this piece that was the correct one, so this one needs to be a white-red. And there's a white-red here. Again, that's not the right one. So, oh no. It looks like we've messed up this bar here. So, but that's an easy fix. Let's just go ahead and fix that, turn these pieces back around. Okay, and we've got this one back. So I wasn't really paying attention there. Oh god. So I've lost track of where I was again. Let's see. Okay, this is the one that needs to be a white-red right here. So I believe this is the one maybe? Nope, that's right. We said that was not the one. So that means it's going to be this one, which is already in place. So we're going to rotate that out like that, and then form it with the bar that we're making down here. It's kind of hard to keep track of everything going on. You just kind of have to remember where everything is. So there we go. Now we've got that bar with these two centers here, so everything's looking good. Now we need the other white and red piece, which actually no, sorry, I had myself confused there because this was turned around. We need, okay, so this is actually the correct piece. That's yellow and red. So now we need a yellow, we need to continue this yellow bar across to the orange. So let's just move this corner out like that so we can work with it. Let's start by putting a yellow piece in the middle. I'm not going to use that because that's just going to be confusing. So we'll go ahead and use that one. And I just rotated the piece down into this layer. Again, we don't want to mess with this one because this one's the solved one. All right. So the last piece that we need for the bar is here actually. So we're going to go ahead and rotate it into this layer that we're working with. I believe that's the piece we need at least. Is it? It doesn't look like it. No, it's not. Okay. Which means it's here. All right, so that means the piece that we need to go here is here. So we'll go ahead and hide it. We're going to have to turn it this way, not the other way, because we don't want to disturb the one that we made. Let's see. Yeah. Turning it that way. Bring it back up. We've got our bar. All right. So we're going to insert this bar up into this layer. Just like that. And there we go. We've got, oops. Oh, it looks like we used the wrong corners. Okay, so this has actually got messed up. So this is kind of part of the confusing part. So this piece, actually both of these pieces are the incorrect ones. So let's just actually start a new bar because we used all the incorrect pieces. We'll start with this yellow one in the middle and put the yellow-red one in because there's, remember there's two of each. So you got to make sure you're using the right one, and that can be confusing. And then this is the other one that goes across from there. So we'll put that in like that. And now we can insert in the correct bar up into the top. And now all the colors match. And everything should be good. Okay, so we've got our second layer done. Now we want to move on to the third one. So we're going to need, let's just go ahead and do a yellow, and white needs to be across from yellow. So go ahead and insert a white piece across from yellow, just like that. Now this one needs to be green. So this needs to be yellow, green, and then green across. So that's what we need to know. We'll find yellow, green. Is this the yellow, green that goes up there? It is. So now we need a white, green, which goes there. There's a white, green right here. So is that the right one? Oh yeah, it's got to be. So let's see how we're going to get this in here. Actually, we need to move this green down to this spot so we can actually work with it. So move this green down to this spot, and then we can pair it with this bar and directly insert it up, just like that. So now that bar is in. Now we're just going to do this last bar over here, which is going to be yellow, blue, and then blue across. So the yellow, blue is right here. So we'll go ahead and bring it down into this layer, just like that. And now we need to follow blue across. That's right. So the blue piece is here. Let's see how we're going to get it over there. All right. So let's just go ahead and see if we can move the blue to an opposite location from this corner. Yeah, there we go. So then, oh, okay, and that actually also paired it with the other white corner. So that means we can actually hide this bar and then move the corner around instead of trying to move the edge around. So now we've moved it to an adjacent location, which makes it easier for you to just hide the corner, move the bar into place, and restore, which gives you the completed bar, which we can insert. There we go. All right, we're making good progress. Everything is lining up. So everything is lining up along here. You can see with these colors right here. And everything is looking good. So we are just on our last layer now, and this is going to solve exactly the same way, just using cuboid algorithms. So we're going to look for headlights, which we've got here, and put those on the left side, flip these corners around. That's R2, U, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, D, R2, U prime, R2, U, R2, and then D prime. Gets us our corners. Now we'll go ahead and solve for these edges. Oops. Get both of those in there. All right. So we got one edge in. We'll go ahead and put this yellow edge in by swapping it across to there. And we're actually going to save this corner swap, or this adjacent edge swap, for the end, because we don't want to have parity right now. So we're just going to save this to the end, and let's just go ahead and move on. We're just going to call that solved, and we're going to say that this inner 3x3 or sorry, not 3x3x5 x cube is solved. So this is by far the hardest part, because you can't see the top colors, which makes it kind of tricky. You're entirely based off of the side colors, which can make it tricky. So if you had a little bit of trouble following, that's totally understandable. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on to the top X cube now. And I want to start with blue because these colors are going to screw me up. So I want to get it out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and put in a blue yellow right here, which is right here. Right there, and then a blue white across from it, which is here. All right, now we can form the bars. So we need blue yellow, follow yellow across. So where's the blue yellow? That will be here. Follow yellow across, we said, right? Is that what we said? No, actually, orange across, yeah. So if that's the piece that goes here, we're going to want to follow orange across, which means we need blue orange, which is here. Put that in, pair it with the corner. Come on, layer. There we go. These top layers are always a little bit fidgety. Now we need the, let's see, where is it? This one's gonna have the blue, orange, white, which is here. So go ahead and pair that up, turn it in, bring it up, insert the bar. All right, good, good. The last bar is over here. This is gonna be following red, so blue, white following red. Here we go, right here. So the red, blue corner is what we'll start with to pair the corner up with. Sorry, edge, rather. And then the last corner, which is already up here. So what we can do, and as a little shortcut, is just turn it down like that to form the bar, turn it into the layer, and restore, which will bring the row back up into the layer. And then when we align, we're all good. All right, so now we'll do red. We've already got this white one. Let's put in the yellow, which is down here. We'll turn it up like that, turn it in, bring it back up. There we go. We can turn it to the side. Now we're gonna need red, white. What is this gonna be? Green? Yeah. So red, white, and green, which is right here actually. So let's bring it down into a layer that we can work with it in. And then what are we gonna do? And we're gonna follow green. So there's our green edge, which we can pair with the corner. And then finally the other green edge with yellow on it is right there. So let's actually go ahead and bring this bar into this bottom layer, which means we can turn this piece over to pair it with like that, you see? So now the bar is formed. We can turn it back up in here, just like that. Now we've got our bar, and we'll insert it in to that red layer. Okay, so now this last bar, we'll start with, where's the, okay, this corner here, which is gonna be the one that goes there, as you'll see. So we're gonna follow blue this time. So the blue edge needs to come here, and that's gonna be right here. So we'll turn it around, pair it with the corner, just like that. And then here's the last red corner, so we will, actually what we can do is hide the corner and then turn the bar up and restore it. And that gives us the completed bar, which we can then insert in. This top 3x3x2 or X cube definitely moves a lot faster. So there we go, that layer is done. So now we'll go ahead and do last two. We'll do orange. This bar is actually already complete, so we'll just leave that as it is. Let's start with this bar. The corner that needs to go here is orange, blue, yellow, which is here. So let's bring it up, out to the layer we can work with it in. What are we following here? We're following yellow across, so we need the yellow edge, which is here. You can actually just hide the corner, turn the edge around, bring the corner back, just like that. Now we need the other yellow orange corner, which is here. So what we'll do is we'll turn it into this bottom spot, then hide it, and then turn the bar across, turn it back, and we form the bar. Now we can insert it, just like that. And now we will do the other one, which is already mostly formed. So we can hide this piece, and then turn the bar into the bottom layer, turn it back, just like that, and then insert it in. There we go. Now we are on the last layer. Once again, cuboid algorithms. Let's get to it. Headlights, already got them on the left. Let's switch the corners. R2, U, R2, U prime, R2, U prime. Of course, we're doing all our U primes and everything's with just the top layer. U prime D, R2, U prime, R2, U, R2, D prime. And just like that, we've got ourselves some parity. So now on to solving the parity. Now I actually kind of forgot how to solve the parity. I actually had to go off camera and actually solve the puzzle so I could remember how to solve the parity, but I put it back in the case that we had. And basically what I found out is that you could have completely avoided this parity down here, which would have avoided this parity up here. Because really what this is two adjacent edge swaps. And two adjacent edge swaps provides a net result of no parity, because an edge swap will create parity, another one will solve the parity. So basically what we're going to be doing is a bunch of edge swaps to kind of move the pieces around to get them to their correct positions so we can actually solve the puzzle. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the first thing we want to do is actually solve this edge swap. So I'm going to just turn it over here so it's a little easier to deal with. And we're going to do an edge swap of just this inner layer. So here it goes. We're going to do R2, oops, stay in their center, U, R2, U, R2, U2, R2, U2, R2, U, R2, U prime, R2. Okay, so now it seems like we've kind of messed it up, but what we actually have to do is basically just put all these pieces back where they belong. So we're going to start with these pieces here, so we can actually just basically bring this bar down into the bottom layer, just like that, and then bring this bar up here like that. And actually, wait a second, no, we've got to bring this bar in like that. There we go. Okay, now I know this still might seem a bit confusing, but I will show you where I'm going with this. Basically now on this top layer we have a U-perm, and U-perms don't give you parity because you do an opposite edge swap and adjacent edge swap. So parity, no parity. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll fix this at the end. So let's go ahead and do an opposite edge swap. That's R2, U2, R2, U2, R2, U2. Then do an adjacent edge swap. So I already went through all that, so I'll just do that again. So what that leaves us with is just this. Now this is just the parity from the X cube, just 2 layers deep. So we can do the same thing. We can just do RU2 5 times, and that will solve it, just like we did on the X cube. So that was 1. So do it 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. That solves it. So basically what I found out is that you can pretty much avoid parity for the most part in every situation on this puzzle if you just solve the parity when we were doing the X cube solve. So if we just ignored all the other pieces and just solved it like it was an X cube, we probably could have avoided parity altogether. But I kind of forgot that it's actually been such a long time since I solved this puzzle. I probably should have solved it before filming this video, but that's all right. It kind of showed you guys how you can kind of problem solve with this puzzle and a little bit of how the parity works on a puzzle such as this. So yeah, I hope you guys kind of found that interesting. Anyways, for the most part, that's how I solve the X2. So hope you guys found this video at all helpful. If you've just bought the X2 and are having a little bit of trouble solving it, just remember, you can avoid parity. Anyways, once again, if you'd like to purchase this puzzle, the link will be in the description. You can also buy it at Barnes & Noble's. I'm pretty sure I actually haven't checked, but I know I've seen the X Cube at Barnes & Noble. That's actually where I bought this one. I have not seen this one here yet, but I haven't been to a Barnes & Noble since this released, but you can buy it online, and like I said, the link will be in the description. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this rather long video, and if you guys did like it, please give it a like, and if you haven't already done so, like my Facebook page, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and of course subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.